Hello and welcome to Replacement Player Baseball. Today, we do have one transaction to announce, although not nearly as busy as it was yesterday. The Cubs are welcoming back Ian Happ from the disabled list today. He is activated, and to make a spot for him on the 26-man roster, Cam Bedrosian, the right-handed reliever, has been waived in an attempt to send him back down to Iowa. Now, the Cubs are going to face Milwaukee for the first game of a three-game set here at home. The Cubs are already 2-1 on this homestand, and they are 21-20 overall, only a game and a half out of first place in the Central. So, the lineups for today's game. The Cubs are going to send Jose Quintana out to the mound. He has already won a game against Milwaukee this year. He is 4-4 with a 2.92 ERA, a 1.20 WHIP, and he will be opposed by Milwaukee lefty Brent Suter, who is 0-4 with a 4.03 ERA, 1.21 WHIP. The Cubs are going to have Danny Santana actually leading off in this game, and Ian Happ is going to jump right into the mix, batting 8th and playing left field today. Otherwise, looks like pretty standard lineup composition for the Cubs. So, today's game, 59 degrees, wind blowing out to right at 18 mph. I will not be surprised to see some home runs in today's game. Quintana, now the pitcher, standing on the mound. He's going to face the Brewers' Lorenzo Cain to lead off this game. This will be the very first pitch. The Brewers come in at 15-25, last place in the National League Central. And Archer comes to the plate. That is going to be a high fly ball to center field. Look at that curve. That started out heading toward left center, and it ended up in straightaway center as Almora put it away for out number one. The wind is just really whipping around out here today. Hopefully the Brewers are not able to navigate the wind quite as effectively as they have the roof to lean on when they have their home games. So, one out. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball to short. Baez has it, throws to first. That is out number two. Christian Yelich now the batter. He will stand in against Quintana, fellow lefties, with two outs, nobody on. Quintana with the first pitch. Yelich grounds to first. Rizzo has it, throws to Archer covering, and that is the third out. The Brewers go down in order in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Cubs sending Danny Santana up to lead off. 0-2 pitch, Suter coming to the plate against Santana. Strike three swinging. Santana chased one. Looked like it was low and away. David Fletcher now the batter. With one out, nobody on. He hits it down into the right field corner. Fletcher did a really good job of going the opposite way with that pitch that was outside. And Fletcher has a single, the first hit of the game for the Cubs. Rizzo the batter, facing Suter with Fletcher on first and one out. First pitch to Rizzo. Here it comes. Rizzo hits it up the middle, but he hits it right into the shift. The shortstop fields it, steps on second, throws to first, and that is an inning-ending double play. 6-3. Well, the Cubs get a runner, but he is stranded, and we go to the top of the second now of a 0-0 game. Keston Hiura will be the leadoff batter for the Brewers in the top of the second. Quintana with the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Strike three swinging, got him on a fastball. Ryan Braun now the batter. That's the first strikeout of the game for Quintana. 1-1 pitch to Braun. Here it comes. Grounder to third. Bryant has it, throws to first, nearly pulls Rizzo off the bag, but Braun is retired for out number two. Jed Giorco will be the next batter. He will face Quintana with two outs and nobody on. First pitch. That's going to be the first base hit of the game for the Brewers, a single into center field. Well, the Brewers now have a runner, and Omar Narvaez, the catcher, is going to come up to bat with one man on and two men out here in the top of the second inning. 3-0 pitch. Ball 4. Apparently that was low. Quintana has now put 2 runners on base after there were 2 out. Eric Sogard would be the next batter. 1 strike pitch to Sogard. Grounder to third. Bryant has it. Throws to first. That is out number 3. The Brewers get 2 runners, but they fail to score. We go to the bottom of the second of a 0-0 game. Looking at the scoreboard, I saw Cincinnati is beating Miami 1-0 in their game. Baez, the batter now, facing Suter in the Cubs half of the second. 3-0 pitch to Baez. That is ball 4. That pitch must have been very high because Baez showed some patience there and drew the walk. Bryant will now be the batter with nobody out and a runner on first. 1-2 pitch to Bryant. That's a single into left field. Bryant splits the gap between short and third. Baez heads to second. The Cubs have got a little something going here. First and second, nobody out. Wilson Contreras is the next batter. 1 ball count to Contreras. Here comes the pitch. Contreras hits it high and to center field. Again, that ball curved around a long ways. It looks like it was going to be playable for the left fielder. It ended up being the center fielder, Kane, that made the catch for out number 1. Almora now the batter with 1 out and 2 men on. 1 ball count to Almora. Here's the pitch. Almora pops it up to left field. Braun has to keep running over toward left center to make the catch. And that'll be the second out of the inning. Ian Happ, just activated today, is going to stand in with 2 outs, 2 men on. Cubs trying to break a 0-0 tie. Full count pitch to Happ. And he swings and misses at what was probably ball 4 low and away. We go to the top of the third inning now of a 0-0 game. The pitcher Suter will be the leadoff batter against Quintana. 2-2 count to Suter. Strike 3 swinging. That is strikeout number 2 for Quintana. Kane now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Kane. Grounder to short. Baez has it. Throws to first. That is out number 2. Avisail Garcia will be the next batter. He will stand in with 2 outs and nobody on. A full count. Quintana with the pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Bryant dives. He has it. Throws to first. A great defensive play by Bryant to end the inning, and that is going to retire the Brewers in the top of the third. We go to Cubs half of the third inning of a 0-0 tie. Quintana, who is 3 for 13 so far this season and driven in 2 runs, will lead off for the Cubs. 1 strike pitch to Quintana. That's going to be a weak ground ball to second. Kind of got that one off the end of the bat. Hira throws to first to retire Quintana for the first out. Danny Santana will be the next batter with a 1-1 pitch. Santana hits it over the first baseman Braun's head down into the right field corner. Santana circles first, heads to second. He is standing into second with a double. The Cubs now have a runner in scoring position and 1 out. David Fletcher will be the next batter. Fletcher with a 2-2 pitch from, and that's another base hit. That's going to go into the right field corner as well. This time the right fielder cuts it off. It actually doesn't get all the way down into the corner, but Santana has a single. Santana goes to third. Fletcher has a single. And now Rizzo is the batter with runners on the corners and 1 out, and the Cubs having another opportunity to score here in the bottom of the third inning. 0-2 pitch to Rizzo, and he strikes out swinging. Got him with the high heater at all of 85 miles an hour. Baez now the batter. He will come up with 2 outs, 2 men on. He had a clutch hit giving the Cubs the lead yesterday. See if he can come through again. Here's the first pitch to Baez. Oh, and Baez is hit. Baez is hit and he heads down to first. That is going to load up the bases with Chris Bryant, the next batter. Bryant standing in, 2 outs, bases loaded, 0-2 pitch from Suter. Strike 3 swinging. He waved at a sinker, couldn't connect with it. We go to the top of the 4th inning of a 0-0 game. Started to get a little dark out here at Wrigley Field. It looks like the lights have just gotten turned on, and Yelich will be the next batter. He will lead off for the Brewers in the 4th. 2-0 pitch from Quintana. And Yelich slaps a base hit into right field. Hayward cuts it off quickly, gets it back into the infield. Yelich has a single, and Hyura will be the next batter. 2-1 pitch to Hyura. Popped up short center field. Almora coming in, makes the catch, and that is out number 1. Brian Braun is the next batter. He's coming up with 1 out, runner on first, 2-1 pitch. Braun pops it up to right. Hayward running fast. He's going to get there for out number 2. I'm a little surprised they didn't try to throw it behind the runner to double him off first base. Yelich had a pretty healthy lead when that ball was caught. Giorgio will now be the batter with 2 outs and 1 man on. 1 ball count. Here's the pitch. Giorgio hits a bouncing ball up the middle, and Fletcher apparently caught that on the fly. No, it was a bouncing ball. He just took it over to the bag himself. Stepped on the bag at second for out number 3. I'm not quite sure why the game didn't show that, but hey, whatever works. Cubs retire the Brewers in the top of the 4th. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning now. Contreras leading off in a 0-0 game. 1-2 count to Contreras. Here's the pitch. There's a grounder to the 3rd. The throw goes to first. Contreras is retired for out number 1. Almora, the next batter, standing in against Suter. 2-0 pitch to Almora. Here it comes. Almora hits it on the ground to second. The second baseman dives. He picks it out of the dirt, but he is not able to throw out Almora at first. Almora has an infield single. And Happ comes up again for his second at-bat of the game. He's coming up with 1 out, rolled 1 man on. 2-0 pitch to Happ. Here it comes. Popped up on the infield. The third baseman is going to catch it. Giorgio pulls it in for out number 2. And now Quintana, with a chance to advance his own cause, comes up in the bottom of the 4th inning with a runner on, 2 outs, and a tie game. 1 strike pitch to Quintana. He hits it out into center field, but that's going to be easily playable for Kane. Kane puts it away for out number 3. Quintana now coming back out to pitch in the top of the 5th inning of a 0-0 tie. He will face the 7, 8, 9 batters in the Brewers lineup. Omar Narvaez. Full count pitch. Quintana coming to the plate, and he loses him. That is a walk for Narvaez. The leadoff batter is on base, and Eric Sogard will come up next. 1 ball count to Sogard. Here's the pitch. Sogard hits it on a line out to right field. That was just a frozen rope of a hit. The throw goes to third. It looks like the runner is going to be safe. Narvaez goes first to third on that play. And the Brewers probably have their best chance of the game to break this tie. They have first and third, nobody out. The pitcher Suter now coming up to the plate. Quintana with a 1 strike pitch. Suter lays down the bunt. Quintana has it, throws to second. Interesting choice. He looked the runner back at third. That ball was just bunted too hard for Narvaez to be able to score on that play. So Suter is now standing on first on the fielder's choice. Kane is the next batter. There's 1 out and runners on the corners. First pitch to Lorenzo Kane. That's going to be a base hit up the middle. That's going to drive in the run. Narvaez comes home to score. The throw goes to third. Lorenzo Kane has an RBI single, and the Brewers are ahead in this game 1-0. Suter stops at second, and Garcia is the next batter with 1 out and 2 men on. First pitch to Garcia. That's hitting a line to left field. The left fielder dives and makes the catch. Happ really feeling it out there. He made an excellent defensive play. Of course, that's about exactly how Happ got hurt 2 weeks ago. But he's fearless. He dove toward the wall and made that catch for the second out. Yelich now the batter with a 2-2 count and 2 outs. And Yelich strikes out swinging. Quintana gets his third strikeout of the game. He limits the damage to 1 run. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning of a 1-0 Brewer lead. Danny Santana will lead off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch to Santana, there's another bunt. The ball is bunted right back at the pitcher. Probably bunted that a little too hard. Or he needed to get it closer to the line, one of the two. Anyway, Fletcher now the batter with 1 out and nobody on. 1 ball count to Fletcher. Here comes the pitch. Fletcher hits it very hard to right center field. The wind is going to carry that one out. Fletcher has a solo home run to tie the game in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-1. 417 feet out to right center field, and that one just got up there in the jet stream and got carried right out into the stands. Rizzo now coming up with this newly tied game with nobody on base and 1 out, and an 0-2 pitch to Rizzo. Here it comes. Rizzo swings and misses for strike 3. That is out number 2. Baez now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on and a 1 ball count. Here comes the pitch. Baez hits a grounder to short. The throw goes to first. Baez is retired for out number 3. However, the Cubs tie up the game 1-1 on the solo home run. We go to the top of the 6th inning. Quintana coming out to pitch, 64 pitches to his name through 5 innings of work. He will face the 4-5-6 batters in the Brewers lineup. 1 ball count. Quintana coming to the plate. That's a little nubber out in front of the plate. Contreras pops up, grabs it, throws to first, and Hyura is out for number 1. Braun now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 3-1 pitch to Braun. Quintana comes to the plate. Popped up to right field. Hayward going back a little further, but he catches it in the well on the warning track. Braun hit what looked like it started out as a routine fly ball, and Santana out in right field ended up all the way back at the wall making that catch. Giorco now the batter with 2 outs, nobody on, 1-1 tie. First pitch to Giorco. And that is popped up to center field. That should be playable. And Almora has it for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning of a 1-1 tie. Chris Bryant now the batter. He will face the lefty Suter, thrown 62 pitches through 5 innings, struck out 5. An 0-1 pitch to Bryant. Leading off the 6th inning, Bryant hits it on the ground to second. The throw goes to first. That is out number 1. Contreras now the batter with 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Contreras. Contreras gets his bat on one that was pretty well outside. He grounds it to short. The throw goes to first for out number 2. And now Almora is the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-1 pitch to Almora. That's hit high. That one is going to get up into the jet stream, but it is going to be another fly ball to the wall for out number 3. Almora almost got that routine fly out into the basket in right field, and now we go to the top of the 7th inning of a 1-1 tie. Navarez now the batter, facing Quintana in the top of the 7th inning. 1-2 pitch from Quintana. Strike 3 swinging. Navarez strikes out. That is strikeout victim number 4 for Quintana. And Eric Sogard is the next batter. 1-1 pitch to Sogard. Here it comes. That's going to be a base hit into right field. Sogard rounds first, but he heads back. That'll be a single. And Suter will be the next batter. He's batting for himself in the top of the 7th inning. Interesting choice. Would have thought this might be a nice place to bring in a pinch hitter, but apparently we might just see a sacrifice here instead. First pitch to Suter. There's a bunt very hard at Bryant. He's able to throw to second base to get the lead runner. Bryant, with a heads-up play, cuts down the lead runner The Brewers now have 2 outs and a runner still on first. Suter really bunted that ball too hard. Kane now the batter with 2 outs, man on first. 1-2 pitch to Kane. Here it comes. Strike 3 swinging. And the top of the 7th inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 7th of a 1-1 tie. And now the 7th inning stretch is going to be led by Brewers announcer Bob Uecker. Ian Happ will bat in the bottom of the 7th inning of a 1-1 tie. He's going to lead off against the Brewers starter, Suter, still on the mound. Full count pitch to Happ. Popped up behind the plate. That looks like it'll be playable. And Narvaez has it for out number 1. Quintana now batting for himself in the bottom of the 7th. Apparently neither of these managers actually believe in pinch hitting. Quintana batting with a 1-1 count and 1 man out. He hits a ground ball to second. The throw goes to first and Quintana is out number 2. Santana now the batter with 2 outs and nobody on. And a 3-1 count. That is high and away, ball 4. I don't think that he could have hit that one with a beach board and a step ladder. That one was way outside. Well, that is going to be it for the Brewers starter. They're now going to bring in the righty relief pitcher, Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns has thrown 28 innings so far this year, 13 walks to 41 strikeouts, and a 6.04 ERA. And David Fletcher, who is 3 for 3 and already has a home run in this game, is going to stand in with Santana on first and 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. And he hits a grounder up the middle. The throw goes to first, and Fletcher is retired for the first time today on a 6-3 ground out. We go to the top of the 8th of a 1-1 tie. Quintana coming out with 86 pitches. He is going to start work in inning number 8. 2-2 pitch. Quintana to Garcia. Strike 3 looking. Quintana records strikeout. Well, that was actually it. That's going to be Quintana's last batter of the game. Apparently it was very important that Quintana pitched to Garcia. And now Yelich will be opposed by lefty Zach Britton from the Cubs bullpen. Britton will be throwing a 2-2 pitch to Yelich. Looks for the side. Here it comes. Strike 3 looking. Yelich heads back to the dugout, and Britton will now face Higuera with 2 outs and nobody on. 2-1 pitch to Higuera. That's a grounder to short. Baez has it. Throws to first. And the Brewers are retired in the top of the 8th. We go now to the bottom of the 8th inning of a 1-1 tie. Rizzo, the batter, facing Corbin Burns, leading off with a full count in the bottom of the 8th inning. Rizzo draws the walk. He heads down to first, and Baez is the next batter. He's going to come up with the tie-breaking run standing on first base, nobody out, and a 2-0 pitch. And Baez hits a looper behind second base. The shortstop Sogard has it. He makes the catch for out number 1. Chris Bryant now the batter. He is going to come up with 1 out, runner on first. 1 strike count. Here comes the pitch. Bryant hits it very hard down the left field line, and the wind is actually going to blow that back fair. That is amazing. That looked like that was a foul ball down into the Bartman seats, and it turns out to be a 2-run shot for Chris Bryant. He got that one in a perfect position, and the ball just curved back into fair territory, and he got a home run out of it. Contreras now will be the batter. The Cubs now leading for the first time today at 3-1. Contreras with the 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch. Strike 3 looking. Contreras is out number 2. Almora will now bat against Corbin Burns with 2 outs and nobody on. 1-2 count to Almora. And that is hit high to right field. That is going to be playable for Garcia, and that is the third out of the inning. Braun will now bat for the Brewers in the top of the ninth inning, and Joe Jimenez is brought in. Apparently we're going to see a little bit of a closer by committee here to start out with. I don't think that David Ross was very impressed by Ian Kennedy's outing yesterday, so Joe Jimenez is going to get a chance to get the save here in the first game of the Brewers series. He's brought in to protect a 3-1 lead. Full count pitch, Jimenez comes to the plate. And that is ball 4, low and away. He just put the leadoff runner on first in the form of Ryan Braun. And now the Brewers will send up a pinch hitter, Logan Morrison. With a runner on first and nobody out. Morrison standing in from the left side against the righty Jimenez. 1-2 pitch. That's going to go to left field. The diving play. Happ makes another diving catch. He is just unafraid to lay out and make amazing defensive plays. Out number 1 with Happ on the excellent defensive effort. And now Navarez will bat with 1 out, runner on first. 1-1 pitch from Jimenez. Grounder up the middle. Baez has it, steps on second, throws to first, and that is a double play to end the game. The Cubs are victorious 3-1. They score 3 runs on 7 hits with no errors. The Brewers got 1 run on 5 hits, also with no errors. The player of today's game is Cubs starter Jose Quintana. Although he is not credited with the win, he did throw 7 1/3 innings of 5-hit, 1-run baseball with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. Very effective day for Mr. Quintana. Joe Jimenez records the save. Zach Britton actually gets the win in this particular scenario. He was the pitcher of record when the Cubs took the lead. Corbin Burns of the Brewers is recorded with the loss. He allowed the home run, which broke the tie in the 8th inning. Well, this was a pretty exciting game. The Cubs improved to 22-20, and the Brewers dropped to 15-26. Check in with us next time. Thank you for listening to Replacement Player Baseball.